guys, I'm really happy with the car. It looks really fantastic on the road. Let me give you a little breakdown about the design because it's really looking fantastic. We are talking about the next level of e-tron design, so we tried to clean up the surfaces, give them a lot more volume so they look really powerful and characterful on the road. Emphasizing the wheels, which are actually pushed much further out on this package, mainly because of our battery pack, which sits in the ground. And this gives us a new opportunity to talk about much bigger cabin space. I'm a big fan of the Sportback as well. Thomas, maybe you can tell us a bit about the rear.
Amar, thank you. Yeah, since we were just talking about the rear of the car, it's really important to know some background from the aerodynamic point of view. The Q4 Sportback, aerodynamically speaking, is a so-called fastback. Now, fastback type cars have no roof spoiler, but the roof is slanted towards the trunk, showing a continuous slope from the roof to the tail. We incorporated a rear spoiler at a rather high position. It actually splits the rear window, and this leads to an optimal flow direction of the rear and to reduced vortex drag. Now, Christian, how about the interior?
Thanks, Thomas, for asking. Our goal in design was to create an interior where the customer steps in and says, wow, I really want this car, it's so cool, it's so futuristic. We wanted to deliver 100% Audi interior, very sporty, very driver focused. We have the biggest screen we have in Audis right now, a new generation steering wheel with touch sliders, an operating panel in the center console, which also follow this digital idea, a lot of roominess and spaciousness in the whole car, and one highlight is the bottle holder in the door. Right, Pirmin?
Yeah, Christian, thanks for mentioning. So what we were able to do is in every door panel you can store up to 1 liter, even 1.5 liter bottles, very easily for you to reach. So a quite cool everyday feature.
I'd like to show you some color and trim highlights. For example, on our interior applications, on the wood, we focused on an extreme 3D haptic. On our aluminium, we divided this big surface with 2 different graphics. And for the very first time, we show our new Audi rings in the interior, which correspond to our corporate Audi identity. Out of all this waste, which consists of recycled PET bottles, recycled granules, we create a top and a bottom material, which together in the carpet is an 88% recycled material. In the total interior, 31% together with the rear shelf is recycled, but there's more.
I would like to show you one of the coolest design features in exterior of the Q4 e-tron. It's a new headlight design, and it's the first time ever that the customer can choose between 4 different DRL designs. This is our favorite. It has a black pupil in the middle. It's a strong character. Number 2 is a more sporty one. We call it the checkered flag graphic. And number 3 is a classical Audi design with an L shape. And then we have number 4, it's a more reduced one with a strong bright pupil in the middle. I hope that you're fascinated of the all-new Q4 e-tron like we are. Bye!
I love that we are constantly evolving. We progress, and progress should be celebrated. Progress is what keeps us dreaming, questioning. You know, it keeps us always wondering, is there something more? You know, what comes next? Progress lets us shape ourselves. It lets us shape a better present. It lets us shape the future. Because the future's not something that just happens. The future's not just a distant goal. Future is an attitude.
Thank you very much, Reggae, and see you later. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's why they say good things come in pairs. Marcus, could you please tell us why the Q4 e-tron is the next milestone for Audi?
Sure. We see the Q4 e-tron as the next logical step towards sustainable mobility. It makes premium electric mobility accessible and is our contribution to bringing e-mobility to a wider audience. I'm sure its space, range, and rapid charging will convince many customers to choose e-mobility.
Hildegard, could you give us the facts and figures?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the model, the range is up to 520 kilometers according to WLTP, and that's class leading with a premium compact segment. And despite its compact dimensions, it's very versatile and powerful enough to handle anything our customers might encounter in their everyday lives. The Q4 e-tron offers top performance and comes with a wide range of different drivetrains.
Yes, true. It's sporty, functional, and has a lot of innovative digital features. Plus, the Q4 e-tron redefines the segment boundaries as we know them today. It combines the A+ segment dimension with a B segment trunk volume and a C segment interior. That's what makes it a perfect main car and suitable for everyday use.
Marcus, what are your personal highlights, though?
Personally, I really like the augmented reality head-up display. That's a huge leap forward in digital technology. And in general, I think it's important that the Q4 e-tron is very sustainable with long-term activities across the entire value chain. Our goal is to hand over the Q4 e-tron models to our customers with a net carbon neutral footprint.
Hildegard and Marcus, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very much for your insights.
Thank you.
We will hear more about the key features of the car later in the show. Now, I would like to welcome the man behind the design of the Q4 e-tron. He's one of the most renowned car designers in the world. Audi's head of design, Marc Lichte.
Hi, Steven.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Fantastic, Marc. We met for the first time when you unveiled the e-tron GT at the Celebration of Progress just a couple of weeks ago. And now the next e-tron is here. How do you do that? Talk us a little bit through the design process, please.
Oh, it will be a pleasure for me. Like I mentioned last time at e-tron GT Unveil, the basis for a good design are proportions. And the proportions are defined by the package. And these proportions are simply perfect SUV proportions. And I'd like to explain to you why. There's a huge battery pack located in the floor. To create the space, we put the wheels in the corner of the car. And by the way, the wheels are the biggest wheels we ever used in an A+ segment vehicle. But I have to point out this overhang. You know, we are always fighting for short overhangs. And this is really by far the shortest overhang we ever had at Audi. But the most important detail is our single frame. We want that you recognize this car from far away as an Audi because of the single frame shape. And then you reckon in the same second, oh no, it's a closed covered single frame with a brightened color, and the brightened color sitting in dark surrounding. This shows you from far away that's an Audi e-tron. And I like this very slim light graphics. Talking about the body side, it's a very clean body side, and Quattro is a very important gene in our DNA. It has been in the past, it will be in the future. And what we do in our exterior design, we always want to point out Quattro. That's why we put a very huge and muscular muscle on top of all four wheels. And the result is that the car looks very attractive, very sporty, very bold. And my favorite perspective is the three-quarter rear view. You can see that the slim cabin is sitting on this wide track and this wide muscle. And this is underlined, by the way, by this very precise daytime running light graphic. And Steven, if you think, yeah, I agree, Mark, it's a very attractive looking car, but it's not sporty enough for me, please follow me. I'd like to show you the Q4 Sportback e-tron. The difference is this very fast roofline, which everybody knows very well from our Sportback cars like an A7, for example. But this time, We did the fastest roof line, and this line is running into the spoiler. And we came up with this idea in the wind tunnel. And the result is that we could reduce the drag coefficient by many, many points. So altogether, we combine in perfection sporty lines with efficiency. But Stephen, I'd like to show you my favorite detail.
Okay.
And these are the digital...
Wait a second, Mark. I like your passion. Hold your horses, though. First, I'd like to tell the audience what's coming up next. We'll meet the genius behind Audi's lighting technology, an actress who's a household Hollywood name, and 3 guys from FC Bayern Munich.
Hey, Audi.
But we'll start with an Olympic champion who has already had the pleasure of testing the Q4 e-tron in a winter wonderland.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here today and I can't wait to try out the Q4 e-tron. Come with me. I think it's running. I can't hear anything, but let's see. Woohoo! Let's go! Wow, look at this. It's so beautiful. Here we go! So we made it through the snow. Still driving really smooth. Woo. It is really a fun car. Woo, we made it! That was one of the most fun and smoothest rides I had. And now I show you what I have with me.